talking about the brand new Spider-Man attraction coming within the brand new Avengers Campus in Disney's California Adventure Park right now. Before we get too far into this video, be sure to hit that like button if you like this video. Also be sure to comment down below any questions or concerns you may have, and hit the subscribe button and turn your post notification bell on. It really helps the channel grow, helps us reach more Disney fans. Alright, let's dive in. Coming to Disneyland Resort in Disney's California Adventure within the brand new Avengers Campus is the all-new Spider-Man attraction. I will say one thing, I am so pumped for this brand new ride. I can't wait for it to show up. Let's go ahead and break this down. Spider-Man is one of the most notable names within the entire MCU Marvel universe, so I will say that I am so excited for this attraction to come and for Spider-Man to be one of the main attractions within the Avengers Campus that's opening up within California Adventure Park. And as excited as I am for this, I'm still a little curious as to why they ended up picking Spider-Man to be the front-running attraction for the Phase 1 opening. And that reason is because that Sony retains the creative control through their exclusive production deal for the Spider-Man movies, meaning that Sony can make as many more Spider-Man movies as they want because they own those rights. Now, Sony and Disney did strike a deal for more movies, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But once that deal runs out, then that means that Disney can't use Spider-Man in the MCU anymore. This leaves Disney relying on Sony for, once the partnership is over, for Sony to keep producing good quality movies with the Spider-Man name. Now, to clear some stuff up, let's go back just a little bit. Way back in 1998, Marvel Entertainment was looking for an influx of cash after the company emerged from bankruptcy it filed 2 years prior. Sony just wanted to buy the rights to Spider-Man, but Marvel had other ideas. The former CEO of Marvel then countered by offering Sony the rights to nearly every Marvel character: Iron Man, Black Panther, Ant-Man, and so forth. But ultimately, Marvel ended up selling the sole rights to Spider-Man for $7 million to Sony. Now, I will say though, aside from that, Disney did end up buying Marvel for $4 billion in 2009. Which is a lot of money. And with that, now here we are today, where Marvel Studios has been transformed and has one of the highest grossing film franchises of all time with over $22 billion in ticket sales. That is incredible. So thank you, Bob Iger, and thank you, Disney, for purchasing the MCU and bringing all of our favorite superheroes to life in such an amazing way, and for bringing them closer within the Disney parks to us in the Avengers campuses. It's really amazing. Now, on a secondary note, I will say that even though Sony retains creative control through their exclusive production deal for the Spider-Man movies, that Disney does retain the rights for merchandise and licensing of the character within all of the Disney parks all over the world. Now, let's get into this attraction. Peter Parker is one of the engineers at WEB. WEB, which stands for Worldwide Engineering Brigade, is actually where the attraction is housed, and you're going to experience the cool new tech that he and his friends are working on. We're all going to be welcomed to an open house where we're invited to a test drive of their latest invention, the Web Slinger vehicle. Of course, Spider-Man himself will be there to show us exactly how it's done. Now, Peter on the side has also been working on these spider bots. They're far from perfect. During our open house, the spider bots start to glitch and replicate themselves over and over and over again until, well, they escape out into the campus. Now Peter needs our help, and our test drive in the Web Slinger vehicle turns into a real mission. We'll have to work alongside Spider-Man to web up all of these bots and save the day. I think that's such an incredible storyline, and on top of that, this is going to be a great family-friendly ride that's going to have technology that we've never seen before, that's going to truly make us all feel like we are actually superheroes. So how are we going to feel like superheroes? Or even something close to Spider-Man who slings web? Well, within these brand new ride vehicles, we are all going to be able to sling webs just like him. There's going to be sensors at the very top and bottom of the ride vehicles. This will be able to sense your Spidey web slinging abilities, then shoot a web into the area that you're pointing to. This attraction gives a very Toy Story Mania kind of vibe, and it seems that it's going to rely heavily on digital media. On top of that, if we see this image right here, we zoom in on it, we can see the guests are wearing 3D glasses, so we know that this attraction is going to rely on 3D as well. Moving to the queue and pre pre-show space, we can clearly see with all of the concept art that's come out that it's a really cool kind of college vibe where you see that these young kids are working on this brand new technology, and it looks like in some of the images, like this one right here, that we actually will get a Spider-Man animatronic, because you can definitely see the depth of field to this image. It looks like he's off the wall. It doesn't look like it's a screen, and I think it can be achieved pretty easily because it's not like you have to show any facial expressions, very minimal facial expressions, because he'll be wearing a mask. So I think it'd be amazing to get a real life animatronic Spider-Man within the pre-show queue. On top of that, we also can look forward to what's coming on the outside of the actual web building. Now, I'm super excited about the attraction, but I honestly think I'm more excited about what is going to happen on the outside of the building, because we've actually been confirmed that we are getting a Spider-Man Stunt Tronic in Avengers Campus outside the web building, where he's going to be flying and soaring right above our heads, which is absolutely just insane to think about. I never in a million years would have thought that I would see Spider-Man literally slinging his web from building to building and flying through the air. With this Spider-Man Stunt Tronic, there have been a lot of theories out there on what it could actually be doing. Is it going to be something that is a show that is going to start every certain amount of time, or is it going to be the start to his meet and greet? Which I think it would be that, because it just seems so cool that Spider-Man would sling from this crane, as we can see here, to this other side of the building, and from there pop up and meet you and greet you and take photos and talk to him, and it just makes it seem like he's the actual Spider-Man. And I think that is so incredible if Disney does this for a meet and greet rather than just a show that's going to happen every hour, every 2 hours or whatever that is. I think it's going to be great if it's actually the pre-show for the meet and greet, and this will all take place at the web building. Avengers Campus and this Spider-Man attraction were said to open up, and July 18th was going to be the open date for this brand new land and the attraction, but that has since, because of the COVID-19 pandemic that's been going on, has been moved to coming soon on the website now. So we really don't know when this attraction, when this ride will be open, or the land itself. So we're really hoping that this pandemic is over soon, so that way that all the parks can start opening back up, the shutdown ends, and we can really start to enjoy Disney World and Disneyland and California Adventure again. So until then, we'll have to wait patiently. But if you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button. It really helps this channel out and will help this video out, and be sure to comment down below. Go ahead and comment what you think is going to be the better Spider-Man attraction. Do you think the one in Universal Studios Orlando or the brand new one that's coming here to Disneyland's California Adventure will be the better attraction? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Also, be sure again to hit that subscribe button, turn your post notification bell on if you enjoyed the video. That way we can reach more Disney fans. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you really soon.